Good evening, everybody. My name is Samuel Ndu, and I will be representing my idea and the implementation of it. This is for the Ballerina Hackathon 2024. So, the name of the project is YappingMind. YappingMind is a web app where students can make flashcards, and using this they can efficiently study. And another feature is also rooms, meaning that students they can share the flashcards that they have with each other. The technologies used are Ballerina, React, JS, and on the database I used MySQL. These are the types I used: user, record, and all of that. And on the password of the database, I made sure that it is an environment variable. So these are the types that are necessary for the working of the application. So I also use. So we have a decorator here for the cross origin resource sharing, and this will enable the interaction with requests from a URL that is not the one that the server is running on. And the methods are here for the ones which are accepted from the other resource. Okay, and then this is our service. All right, and these are the RESTful APIs. So right here, which is an example, we have register. This one is this one is a this one is a post request, so meaning that there is a payload, and since there is a payload, the format is JSON. And what is happening here is that we are retrieving the values from the payload, and we are making sure that the the types are the same as the ones declared at the beginning of the variable. Then there is a function here for inserting the values into the database, so meaning that we are registering the user and all of their information is now in the database. Then from here we are retrieving a few of the information, since the app needs information on the user so that it can run and it can make requests for certain things. So here we have an object which is response on the library HTTP. So why we need it is for the response, so that the user receives a response on the web browser. So we look at if user record is of the type user record, and if it's true, and then we are now setting the JSON that will be in the payload, as you can see here. And right here it's if we receive an error, or if we receive an outcome which is not what we were looking for. Okay, and right here the response is sent out. We have also other resource functions like the creation of rooms. The operations are quite similar. We are receiving um, the payload and we are extracting the data. All right, and we have also a response. Here is the query, and these are the arguments that will be passed on in the procedure. Since we are using MySQL, this is how it would look like. And we make sure that we also, and I make sure that I also downloaded my SQL driver. When you are linking the backend and the database, specifically Ballerina, you need the MySQL driver for that, and it's what we have. We can see it in one of the files here. If I'm not mistaken, it's here, MySQL connector. So it is a jar file that helps for the linking of the database and the backend of Ballerina. Here we are receiving the last room ID. So what's happening is, since this is like a, a get request, we are running the query, we are not receiving the payload. It's because it will be empty, and then there is a stream of our results of the type room, which is right here, and we might receive an error. So we also added it in one of the types. So we have an array here for the results, and we make sure that whether we receive an error or the results are received, one of them will be in the payload, and the user in the web browser will receive it from here. As of the pages which were used were only the two. The first one is authentication, and the second one is the dashboard. And on the dashboard, this is where everything lies, essentially. So that's for that. And most of the logic is in here. On the UI, I used shared CNUI. So on our database, these are the tables that exist there, and the procedures. The procedures are a lot. Why? Jesus. The procedures are a lot. The procedures are a lot because it helps make the work much more simple, and it also modularizes everything. There aren't any functions, but yeah, that's all that's in the database. Okay, so right now I'll be running the app. So the front end is already running here. As you can see, it is a Vite React JS app, and on the back end, let me run that. But first I should set up the environment variables, so I won't really show that. So it will be running, and then you will see everything. So it is running now. This is the backend. Okay, so this is now the app. All right, let me log in. Sam and the password. Okay, login successful. All right, so these are like the rooms or the workspaces. Okay, and we can look into it. So the first one is Java, and this is the question: when was Java made? So when you press, you can receive an answer, which is I don't know. I'm the one who actually made the flashcards. All right, so there's even another one again, so you just hit next and you can see them from there. All right, then for instance, you wanna make another one, or you wanna, for instance, you are adding more flashcards, you can press create flashcards. Then you can press here, select the room, manual creation, which is what we have. There's not yet AI assisted creation. The question will be like, when is the next hackathon? The answer is next year. Okay, then we can create flashcard successfully created. All right, then if we open it again, we can see it's right here. When is the next hackathon? Like that, basically. So there are other rooms here. Let us look at this room, for instance. So this is what is in here. So this is random. Let us make another flashcard in there. That should be the testing room. What is a test? A mode of evaluation that a learner takes. Create flashcard. Then we can look in the room again and we can see it right here. What is a test? A mode of evaluation that a learner takes. Okay, so we have that. So that was what I have. And also the groups, you can also make groups in here. And yeah, that's all I have. So I can switch off the app, I mean the server, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, and next time. Thank you, Ballerina.